Hi there. In this video we will be taking a look at a vacuum cleaner from EINHELL. And it's from the expert lineup Te-SV 18 lithium solo. And that kind of means super vacuum, maybe, who knows. 18 volts, cordless, obviously, unlimited runtime. Well, yeah, if you change the battery, bagless, okay, that's good. It has a washable secondary filter, let's say like that, because normally it relies on the cyclone to gather the stuff, and in theory some LEDs to light up the area, a brush to gather fur and hair and stuff like that, and it has a motor, so the brush is motorized in this head, so it has electrical contacts going all the way up to that thing. Comes with a wall support, 2-in-1 nozzle, and a flexible for crevices nozzle for crevices. So battery and charger not included. Yeah, I do have a few batteries around, so shouldn't be an issue. Let's open this up and see what we get. Maybe this helps a little bit. So low noise, we'll see. Low weight, we'll see then again. Filtering system, bagless. Eco boost, so it has two modes, eco and boost. It can be used in two modes. For your car, for crevices, it has that flexible nozzle, wall mounted. Power brush, we'll see how powerful it is. And always on, so you don't have to keep your finger on the button itself. If you want to read any info, feel free. Camera focus. Anyway, let's get to it. Just another thing why I bought this. Well, we only basically have this vacuum in the whole house. We don't have a plug-in vacuum anymore. But this is a bit cumbersome to use in some situations. I did buy for it, and that will be a separate video, a telescopic extension for it. So this, I want to use it standing up. I did make my own from some plastic tubes. Not what it should be. So anyway, that will be a separate video. But seeing that this, I think it creates 90 millibars of suction. This in theory creates 100 millibars. So this is even more powerful than that, and that is decently powerful. So camera focus, maybe. This, I have high expectations of it. When I bought it, it was the last one in a particular store, and it was at a discount, and I found out that it was in a discount because it was the one that was in the showroom. But in theory, that shouldn't matter, apart from not having all its proper packaging. I did take a quick look in it, and yeah, a lot of the packaging was missing. So this is not the full proper unboxing experience, but yeah, whatever. Connection electrical for the motorized brush. Aluminum. A ton of manuals. Wall mount. This will be wall mounted because we want it near the areas that get dirtiest quickest, which is the kitchen, because yeah, small children in the house. This thing, now let's see how heavy it actually is. It is a bit heavy, and it's quite front heavy, because you are holding it from the back of it and all the weight is in front of your hand. But yeah, this is a soft switch, so it's not the lock-in type. So that means that the electronics is doing the locking to remain on. Any model numbers if you need some. 3 years extended warranty by registering the serial number on that. Okay, let's see. Do we have some kind of to empty it? Okay, and this pops out and presumably dirt falls out. Yes, it was used. I was told that it was used just quickly to see that it's working by being in the showroom for a long time. What is the okay? Is this release? So wait a second. Basically, this, which is elastic and fairly small and thin, and these two on the bottom are the only things holding this attached to this, and this will actually have this and the big brush at the end. So we are relying only on these tiny plastics to hold everything together. That's dumb, honestly. Okay, so this is one of the secondary filters, actually the last one, in theory washable. This is again a washable one, seems to be a mesh. Yes, it has rubber seals all around, but really only these plastics. I can already see this having tape all around it because it failed. So yes, we must be really careful when using this thing, basically, because it can, I don't know, it can get damaged quite easily. These are small plastics. How can you make them so small when they actually need to support all the weight when you are pushing this on the carpet? Dumb design. Anyway, whatever. Let's continue and get everything out of the box. To put it back together, you slide it in there and in theory lock it in here. Jesus Christ, this does not give me any sort of confidence. EINHELL, what the hell? You make proper tools. How? It's like they don't know how to make something proper, but the problem is that they actually do know how to make something proper. Okay, and the brush. And this, it seems, yeah, I think if you press on that, it releases the latch in there any day now, and it goes up and it locks in here. So now you have a brush for, I don't know, corners and stuff like that, or your ceiling corners, some spiders, who knows what you want to get out of there. The flexible one, so basically the middle is flexible plastic in here, and obviously plastic in here, so only the middle of it is bendy, but I think it's good enough. This beefy enough for wall mounting, this not beefy enough. And this is the brush itself, and presumably inside it's quite heavy, so it surely has a motor, but yikes. How can you, this is heavy, this is decently heavy, and they are all being held by tiny plastics. Come on, EINHELL, really? What the? Also, this is fairly thin. And this is also holding everything from here on. And you can see the connections in there. Yeah, at this point, there's nothing more for me to do than just start connecting things. I think this is what comes in here. And I was hoping for a way beefier thing and such a non-satisfying click, but it is locked in place. So everything from there, are you kidding me? Everything after that, look at this when I'm lifting it. Jesus Christ, that little latch in there is holding everything. So you kind of not hold it in there too much. Try to always keep it on something, but it's a vacuum. You look at it flexing. Whoa. Huh. This was not a good buy, at least not from what I see up until now. And I do like EINHELL products. So this is coming from an EINHELL fan. Anyway. Smart locking. Well, it clicked now. But way too weak. Right down there where is the most important. So you kind of need to let it sit in its own weight and don't push on it at all. Let the motorized brush do all the pulling, all the work. Not a fan of what I see. I'm going to put it to work now, basically. That's all I can do. Put a 4 amp battery in it and make it work and see how happy we are with what it's doing. But if that fails, for sure in the 3 years that I have warranty, this will be going to the warranty a lot. Because I want to get my money's worth. And I'm not sending it back. Nope, they made the product. They should stand behind it. And if it fails, they should fix it. Yeah, this is how they intended this thing to be used. Basically, all the weight is held by that at the bottom that actually has wheels. And you are just a little bit of the weight you are holding it in here. But do not attempt to... No, you feel it getting forced. So if you lift it, try to lift it only vertically. Never at an angle. Yikes, but like this, for example, it's quite smart. The end of it, you can see it's doing interesting things. Let's plug in a battery. 4 amp hour battery is 100% full. And what I'm thinking now, this might... this is one of the first tools that I cannot really plug in the battery without both hands. So I might need to... Oh, can I? Ha! I did it. Okay, this changed a bit sorry about that, the weight balance, but now it's actually a bit heavy. Let's see. So the brush is doing its thing, but I can only use it and get back to you with what we feel about it after a while, because honestly, there's kind of that. Okay, I must say, I have never ever been so conflicted about a product in my life. This is incredibly powerful and does the job extremely well. Really well. You can see by this. It gathers what the Xiaomi vacuum mop doesn't even know exists. Lots of hair, I need to cut it from the brush. This is its only fault, and the fact that it's kind of made for maybe a woman's hand, because as a man you have 3 fingers here and this hovering on top of the button. You kind of keep it like this. And I have small hands but zero chance of holding comfortably like this. So maybe they should have made only a top button or something like that. And I only use it in boost mode with the 4 amp hour which is in charging at this moment. This is a beast, and it didn't heat up at all. It just doesn't care. Why is this so weak there and there? Doesn't make any sense. Rest of it, it's freaking awesome. Still conflicted. How can this thing be so good, but I'm still so afraid to use it? So let's see this. Nope, don't really care about it. Warranty and service conditions. Nope, I hope they don't say that if that plastic breaks, it's your fault, because that would be really freaking dumb. Safety instructions, it's a vacuum. Don't stick anything in it. Operating instructions, let's see. For me it's kind of all obvious. Yes, this I already have, the batteries and chargers, I don't care about that. Everything else is as expected. Yes, this gets a bit dirty. I will show you sooner or later, but I really needed to use it now, so I didn't really have time to go into detail. This will get dirty, so if you have something that can blow air, blow in it, if you blow yourself, you will get your face full of dust, really fine dust, what managed to pass through that thingy. But yeah, there's that. You don't need to clean that every single time, maybe just a couple of uses once in a while. Here you have all sorts of info, but honestly, yes, the brush can be taken out. It has a little plastic that you take on the side and the brush comes out and you can clean it even easier and better. This thing, if it were just a tiny bit sturdier, this thing would be a game changer, honestly. But yeah, hopefully even the way it is, it can still do its thing without getting damaged in time. Here are all the numbers that you saw on the previous pages if you want to check them out. But it's kind of obvious. I'm just showing you this in case you don't have a manual anymore and you want to read it. But yeah, hope I can get all the page in here. But for me, yep, it's doing everything that it needs to do. And honestly, non-turbo mode doesn't exist, so I always start it and then instantly go into turbo mode. Where did it show its weight? It should be somewhere around here and I missed it. So 0.6 liters capacity it can gather dirt, 1.8 kilo without battery. So depending on the battery you are adding about half a kilo. With a smaller battery you are adding less, but you will have always at least 2 kilos in your hand. But then again, it kind of sits on the brush. So, yeah, battery temperature too low. I have never ever seen that. And I've put the support on the wall. I really hope it doesn't break and leave me with 2 holes in this wall. I want to use this thing for a few good years. Just an idea, these particular attachments, the ones with the button, will latch in here if you want to leave them like that. Hole on the wall from this. Anyway, and the other ones, they need to stay upright, which look kind of bad, but hey, it is what it is. They literally missed the opportunity of making these things lock with the outside, with this piece. So have somehow a double lock for this and also for this, in case you don't want them up. So I just need to put something in here to make it thicker so this locks in place, because this one stays here, but this is free and I don't want this thingy to stay up and the other attachment will stay on the vacuum itself. Problem solved. This is a furniture bumper. The things that you put, it's a rubber silicone thing with glue on it and you put them to so your doors don't hit that hard when you close them. And problem solved. So we've been using the vacuum for a while. This thing first, yeah, it comes in handy when really tight spaces need to be cleaned. Even when you have a couch with cushions, you can force this between those and it will clean. So yeah, wasn't used that much, but doing a good job up until now. Don't expect powerful suction out of this. It kind of lowers the suction power just by being so thin. This thing overall works beautifully. As you can see, it gathers a lot of hairs. So my best option for that is simply take a pair of scissors. Doesn't even have that much hair this time on it, but I go like this and basically cut the hairs in half, and it's much easier to remove them. Although if you could believe it, it's actually much easier to remove them when there's much more hair than this, because it will somehow be really thick and you have something really good to grab on. But yeah, works like this. Also, what I never understood, why companies make the ends without a radius in here, because always something gathers right at the end and it's really difficult to cut it with something. So yeah, any company that's watching and you are working with this, put a radius there and it will make cleaning these brushes much easier. But yeah, overall, as you can see, cleaning can be done easily. This is removable, so you can clean the end also a bit easier. Then you simply plug it back. And now this part of it is finished. This is the locking mechanism, the gearing in that part that makes it spin, and here just a simple lock to keep it in place, so you kind of rotate to whatever you need to, although I think I put it in the incorrect orientation, so it will not go. Come on, now it's in the correct orientation and it's locked and ready to rock and roll once again. So yeah, this attachment really nice for carpets. Nothing broke up until now, so that's awesome. This, I think we use this the most. Even on the ceiling you can clean in the corners, spider webs or who knows what gathers in there. Yes, we live in an area with lots of unused land, to say like that, so lots of critters around our houses. This also has been used quite a lot to gather stuff from the floor randomly, I don't know, in the kitchen or who knows where. So this is the most beat up one up until now, but still holding. So the brush quite good quality. Yes, there's a bit of debris in there, some fluff I think. You can clean it. They didn't break, they didn't bend. Good quality. Still working perfectly. You can start to see a bit of wear and tear in here, some scratches, but nothing bad. Hopefully it will hold for a while. In here, as you can see, I let it come packed in here, so it's really full. But I will show you a few disadvantages at this point. So yeah, it does make a bit of dust when you open it up. You can mitigate that just by holding your hand and not allowing it to jump initially. But it is what it is. Let's do our best to empty it as they show in pictures. And you will have a surprise. If there are any hairs in there, this will not come out easily. As you can see, I'm pulling at it from that fine grill in there. But yeah, at the end of the day, let's say, yeah, not a good idea to do this inside the house. I'm doing this just because it's raining out and I wanted to show you this, and yes, it will kind of become dirty itself. But yeah, it's inside of it. We can clean this with a cloth after finishing, so not a problem. But this is not enough in my opinion. So okay, you've done this, you clean it, whatever. I'm cleaning it with my hands now, so I need to clean myself afterwards, just as an idea. But it's not enough, and I will show you why. You need to still open this thing up. This is clean, so no problem with that whatsoever. You need to get this out, still a bit dirty. But, okay, let's say this one, you normal, from here it actually rotates and allows you more or less to clean it, as you can see. Because yeah, from time to time you do need to get rid of everything that got caught in here. But our problem and the downside of this whole vacuum is basically this thing. Do you see? So everything that passes through this, that's smaller than these holes, and they are not extremely tiny. They are small but not extremely tiny. They mostly filter fluff, not small dust particles. Yeah, I need to clean this much better. You can wash it, so there's that. Not going to do that now for the video, but look at this. So I will just hit it once because I don't want to make too much dust in here. Do you see? Yikes, too much already. So this needs to be taken out from time to time and cleaned. Actually quite frequently, because this will get clogged and diminish the sucking power a lot. So let me show you how I blow out the dust from it and how much dust is in there. you could see what came out of this thing, and it's not that easy to clean it, honestly. And you also need to kind of open up this whole thing in the process of cleaning it. And I've already shown that it's not such a well-built area, this backside, with only some small plastics and this small latch holding it in place. So the fact that I need to open this from time to time doesn't give me too much confidence, but hey, it is what it is. Overall, it's good, we're using it, but tread with a little bit of care so you don't damage it. And basically that's about it for this video. We will continue to use it. It's decent, but has a few weak areas and weak features, like that internal filter that you need to be aware of. But overall, quite nice and handy. And yes, the 2.5 amp hour battery, it's on the weaker side, and it drains quite quickly when you are using it on high power, and mostly I do use it on high power, on boost mode. So if you can get a 4 amp battery, 4 amp hour battery, that would help a lot. So yeah, that's about it. Hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.